Chapter 6. We're back at the hospital and I hate it. At least I don't have to go into an actual smelly room today. We're sat, Dad and I, in the waiting area with the comfy chairs and little wooden tables and the coffee machine. Mum and Jenna were taken into one of the officey rooms by Dr. something or other for the meeting or whatever the hell we're here for at least 20 minutes ago. I wonder what they're talking about. I mean, really, what is there to say? Jenna has cancer. She has had an operation. She will have chemotherapy now. Oh yes, and the important part, if she's getting better or not. I presume that's what's being said anyway. It's been a couple of weeks since Jenna's op, and I figure it's about time for some tests and results and stuff. But that's just me using my brain. No one's actually told me anything, as bloody usual. Yesterday, Mum just asked if I wanted to come to hospital with them for Jenna's appointment. I said yes. Got to miss double English. Dad coughs and it sounds like he's about to clear his throat and finally say something, but he doesn't. We haven't really spoken since the whole thing over Jenna's phone call with Kent. We never really spoke before that anyway, so it makes no difference to me. It feels more like we're two separate people living in the same house rather than father and son most of the time. I don't care about his day-to-day life. He doesn't care about mine. Well, I'm guessing he doesn't anyway. He never asks how school was or if I need a lift anywhere or if I want to go to the golf course with him. Maybe that's just not what dads do. What is a normal father-son relationship anyway? Is it when your dad takes you to the football practice on Sunday mornings and cheers you on from the sidelines? Is it when you make him birthday cards and he opens them with a smile on his face and puts them on the mantelpiece? Is it when you go fishing or go-karting or watch films together? If so, my dad and I are far from normal. I've got a feeling that sort of normal only exists in the movies. Is this seat taken? An old man is hovering over the spare seat next to Dad. Go ahead. Dad shuffles to the side slightly and the old man slowly sits down, breathing heavily. I watch him for a moment. He's barely got any hair and his glasses make his eyes look cartoon-like. His skin is all papery and wrinkly and looks uncomfortable, like he needs to shed it. He must be 70 or 80 or maybe even older. My mind wanders. Does he have a wife, family? You hear all about elderly people being lonely and sad with no friends and never getting to see any family they do have. If Jenna goes, I think I'll be one of those old people. I feel bad for this man, a skeleton of a person, alone in the hospital waiting room. What is he here for? Results like Jenna. It wouldn't surprise me if he was ill. Even if he isn't, I can tell life is eating away at him. The days and weeks and years scraping at the layers of skin and muscle, chewing them up and spitting them out. Soon there'll be nothing left. It'll happen to everyone, I guess. The thought of it makes my skin crawl. Jenna and Mum finally resurface. They both look like they've been crying. Jenna? Dad leaps up and hugs her tightly. I feel a little twang in my chest. Dad and Jenna's father-daughter relationship seems pretty movie-like. It's not great news. Mum sniffs hard and puts her arm around me. Dad and Jenna break apart and Jenna's got tears running down her face. My heart is no longer twanging, it's sinking right through my body and down to the floor. No more bad news. Please, no more bad news. What is it? Dad asks, breathing heavily. Mum's face crumples. It's not gone. The cancer's not gone. My heart's back in my chest, thumping away. It's like it's going 100 miles an hour. It's no better than a sinking feeling. This can't be happening. But the operation was meant to take it away. I can't help but shout. Why is it still here? I know I'm probably making a scene, embarrassing everyone, but I don't care. What the hell has this all been for then? The days in the hospital when she was all alone, the coming home and sleeping all day and night, no one allowed to make a noise. What was the point? Shh, shh, it's all right. Mum hugs me tightly. I grip her back so hard I could be hurting her, but I need to hold something. I feel like I might fall over. What's the plan then? Dad demands, patting Jenna on the head as the tears continue to spill silently down her face. What's the next move? Mum lets go of me and I wish she wouldn't. I feel too weak to stand on my own. I grip the back of the chair instead. I look at the old man still sitting on the next chair. He's reading a magazine, either death or pretending to be oblivious to what's going on right next to him. Chemotherapy as planned. Mum struggles to keep her voice steady. That will prolong things. Prolong, I echo. What does that mean? Jenna places her hand over mine, still gripped to the chair. With the other hand, she wipes her tears and gives me a smile. The same empty smile she's worn since the announcement. It suddenly strikes me that I might not see her real smile ever again. It means the cancer's here to stay, Al, she says softly, but the doctors have plans. Chemo and medicine and all sorts. Maybe even another operation down the line. She ruffles my hair, and that's that. We make our way out of the hospital in silence, Mum holding Jenna's hand, Dad and I following. I concentrate on putting one foot in front of the other, on making it to the car park without collapsing. I feel as though I haven't eaten in about a week. It's like this second big announcement, possibly even worse than the first, has drained the rest of what life I had left in me. I'm back to my empty, numb feeling. It's just too much to even think and feel. Right now, all I can do is move my legs and get to the car that will take our family home, ripped apart now more than ever before. The sky has turned black. I'm not sure when that happened. I remember seeing it light blue, pink, and orange, navy, but I don't remember seeing it turn black. I must have fallen asleep. I've been in bed for hours, pretty much since getting home from hospital. It was mutually decided without being discussed that I wasn't going back to school today. We just got home and did what we always do after these big announcements, go our separate ways. Mum went into the kitchen, Dad went to the pub, Jenna and I went to our bedrooms, and that's where I've been ever since. My mouth feels dry and my stomach hurts. I can't remember eating since breakfast. I checked the time thinking it must be late, but it's only 9 p.m. My head hurts like it always does when I have a nap in the evening and I swing my legs out of bed. I need water and food. My stomach grumbles as I think of peanut butter on toast. I'm not sure who's awake or asleep. Mum and Dad's lights are off, but Jenna's is on. I linger outside her door a moment, then I hear her soft voice. It's just overwhelming, you know. I know, Jenna. It's overwhelming for me too. I lean against the wall next to the door. I know, sweetheart, Kent's voice replies. He must have come over when I was asleep. It's a lot to take in. Jenna's voice mumbles something and I take a step closer to the closed door, almost pressing my ear against it. I know I shouldn't be eavesdropping, but something keeps me rooted there. Maybe the fear that Kent will say something to upset her again. Maybe I just need to hear her voice. You can't know the answer to that, Jen, Kent replies gently. I envision him stroking her hair like he normally does when they're cuddled together on the sofa. I hate the not knowing. Jenna's voice breaks slightly and I know she's crying. I feel a lump rise in my own throat and quietly back away from the door and head downstairs. She hates not knowing what? Why it's happening? When's it going to happen? What's going to happen after? I don't know those answers either, Jenna. Why are there no bloody answers to all of this? My head's spinning as I switch on the kitchen light and grip the counter for something to hold. It happens before I can even try and hold it back in the slightest. The heavy, loud tears. They echo through the kitchen, maybe through the whole house, but no one comes to comfort me. No one but Roscoe. I smile through my tears despite myself and bend down, expecting him to roll over for a belly rub like he always does. He doesn't this time though, and instead looks at me intently, eye to eye, as if he knows something's up, but he doesn't quite know what. Jenna's sick, I whisper to him thickly. He stares at me, his droopy eyes unblinking. I wipe my face with the back of my hand and sniff hard. Pull yourself together, Alex. Roscoe leans in and licks my face as though he's helping to get rid of the tears. Thanks, buddy. I straighten up and get myself some water and toast and then sit on the floor with Roscoe, feeding him the crusts. He comforts me somewhat, but my brain is still replaying Jenna's words, the not knowing. The not knowing bothers me too. It has for a while. Through my dreams, and now the need for an answer is overpowering, overwhelming, and as I crunch through my toast, every fibre of my being needs to know what's going to happen to Jenna. What's going to happen to the man in the waiting room? To me? Strangers across the world right now are taking their last breath from old age, illness, accidents. They're leaving this life and going. Going where? Somewhere beyond this life. Where that is, what that is, I don't know, but I think I need to find out.